Evening, everybody. It's 7:16 on Tuesday the 4th, and this is your closing comment. I'm going to try and keep these down to a minimum so that you can kind of go right through them um, instead of having them be long and extended and then getting the daily note, which has all the information in it anyway. Okay, so we had new closing highs in the Dow. We had a new high in the S&P, but it closed down on the day, so no new closing high. The NASDAQ and the FAANG stocks were down hard. They were down almost 330. They closed down 210. That's still two-thirds of the way down on the range, but they were the biggest losers with a loss of 1.3%. S&P, as I said, down $3, meaningless. The Russell down $3.68, also meaningless. And yesterday's big loser, the transports, were today's big winner, up 276.80, 1.7%. As far as stocks go, the split between the Dow stocks and the mega caps and FANGs could not have been clearer. We were 1.5 to 1 down on the NASDAQ, and we were just 1 to 1 even on the Dow at up $214. One of the biggest winners today was Ford. This morning when we talked, it was 22.18 up 41, and it continued all day with news about the F-150 Lightning. And after being up 41 cents this morning at 22.18, it closed the day at 24.31, up 256, or 11.7%. On the FANG stocks, for example, Tesla this morning when we talked was 12.08. It traded 12.08 after the open and traded all the way down to 11.23, closed 11.46, down 53. So if you recall, yesterday I talked about a $45 million position in the expiring Friday Tesla 1200s that went into the money briefly and now are $55 out of the money. As far as stocks go, though, industrials were stronger and growth was not. Caterpillar and Boeing both up. Broadcom also up, but the rest of the mega cap stocks down. And this was all a symptom of interest rates. We moved from growth to value absolutely overnight. And that was based on, as I say, interest rates. The 30-year bond closed at 2.07 today. That's 17 basis points up since Friday night's close. The 10-year notes, 166, up 14 basis points. And the 5-year notes, 137, up 11 basis points. And while that does steepen the curve, which is very helpful, I don't care what these teleprompter readers tell you, because they haven't been around long enough to have ever been in a market where rates have moved higher on a consistent basis. There is no such thing as they're going up for the right reasons. The market doesn't like it no matter why it's going up. The discounted value of earnings when you're talking about growth stocks is greatly diminished when rates are going higher. Okay, oil was up almost $1. Gold bounced back $14.50 after the $28 decline yesterday. Bitcoin up $4.40 again today. But the bonds, again, were down another 1 1/8 after being down 2.5 yesterday. Chart on the screen is the corn, and this is the weekly, and as you can see, we came right back down into support, hit it this morning on the low, yesterday on the low when it closed down hard, Today, bounced right back up. This is actually a new closing high on a weekly basis. 2 weeks ago, we closed at 605, and then last week we got up to 617 and then fell back. This week we got as low as 584 and right back up to 611 again. And I think we could extend here maybe as far up as this let's just call it 625, 630, in that area, where the supply comes back in again. This would be great for our position in the CORN, the ETF in the calls. This makes it a little clearer on a shorter term basis. Here's a look at the last 4 months. You see we were down hard yesterday, down 4 after having been on as high as 603, after being up here and topping out last week at 617. So I think, we stand a chance of going through that in the very short term. UNG came back in pretty hard today, is up about 3 cents right now. Those calls got hurt today, but I believe that that's going higher also. We came back into the support. We did not make a new low. Next day, inside day, higher, low, lower, high. Next day, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, but closing on the low. So I think we still have the opportunity to be over $4 again, maybe as high as 420. 420 would give us a nice gain. The last time the price of nat gas was 420, UNG was 14 and a half or 15. We're in the 13 calls with an average price of 49 cents. All right, everyone. I'll be back first thing in the morning. Have a good evening and be careful out there. This has been a tough market. By the way, the Qs are now pretty deeply oversold, and I would think that possibly tomorrow, if we get a hard down open, I would go with maybe some expiring Friday QQQ calls, but we'll discuss that in the Discord room in the morning.